New season, new rules, yet the addiction level for this game having remained consistent. Welcome yet again to the first installment for the new season, 2025-26. Without further ado, we've got a huge entourage to choose from, especially the big talking points to elaborate on, from the AFCON to the DEFCON, and maybe has this game gone after all? But let's bring him in. We'll see who's turned up on time. First of all, to Reverend back in his studio, Boom Boom Box. Good evening to you.
Mate.
How you doing?
Mate, I'm doing fantastic. It's always good to get back into a new season. That pre-season excitement is totally there and ready to get into it with our absolute nonsense, as always, our classic FPL nonsense. I love being part of the FPL Addicts. I love our really special dynamic that we have as a podcast. The fact that we focus on just beating each other in our mini leagues, because beating each other in the mini leagues is what it's really all about. Getting those bragging rights between your mates. Sach winning the whole thing. I don't want to win the whole thing. I just want to win against me mates and get the beer at the end of the season. You know, that's how we do it. So yeah, thanks for having us back there, Chaza.
Jeez, what? Boom, boom, boom. What an intro from Rev. He's already turned it up again, similar to a manual car. Marcello, our newest addition for the season. And in fairness, we had to keep you up sooner rather than later because you were, by the looks of it on X, a man in demand, especially with your spreadsheets. But first of all, welcome to you, Marcello. Actually, in fairness, welcome back.
Yes, thank you. Welcome. Hope you're all good. What's been happening? You good? I'm excited to be here. Another FPL season. Let's do this. Shout out Ed in the chat.
Yes, mate. We've got some of the FPL Addicts faithful in there. So Colin, so good to see you in there as well. Shout out Maggie. Shout out Damesman. Damesman 3000. Yes, let's go, mate. James. And yeah, definitely also Marcello, welcome from me as well. You are kicking up quite the storm online, and it's of course great to have you, mate, and looking forward to learning from you and what you've got to bring to this game in this pod as well, mate.
That's good. That's why we're here, to all learn from each other, get all the info, make the right decisions. And
well, speaking of making the right decisions, folks, guess who's in the
chat? Yes, boys. How are we? Hey, and guess what? First one back, and I'm not on mute. Amazing. I've started even better than I
new season, new you. You know,
new season, new me. Same crap hair, but you know that's what can you do? But yeah, lads, a new
have
season.
You been taken hostage or something? Like, where are you?
Listen, I've recently got shares in Barnet FC, and as you can see, obviously it's I need to go back and reassess.
It's a beautiful Barnet, mate. You're still working it. Still working
it. But yeah, lads, new season, new changes. Obviously, Marcello, welcome. Head of recruitment, Reidy here.
Yes,
you know, have to snap this guy up. And listen, yeah, lads, it's
get that contract signed, boys. Get the contract.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've got Premier League winners, you know, in terms of me supporting Liverpool, Marcello, FA Cup winners, Palace, Arsenal, Bottlers, and Everton. New stadium, I guess. I mean, I don't want to make it negative already.
I was just about ready to. I was waiting for it.
I was waiting for something really bad. Which, listen, I know you take stick, and I'm sure it'll happen throughout the season, but not today.
Can't wait for it though.
It's great to have you here, bud. But boys, we're back again.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, that's it. Well, before we go to the main talking points, I think it's best to ease ourselves into it in terms of what we all got up to the off season. I think a guy who's probably on a bit more of a high, especially with the recent cup triumph. I'll ask you first, Marcello. What have you been up to this off season?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, just so you guys know, like my FPL I've always played like semi-seriously before, but last year was my first like proper hardcore, let me proper keep up for the whole season. And it went well. And then I tried out the Club World Cup Fantasy as well. So I did that, and then as soon as the fixtures dropped, I've been planning, redoing my new spreadsheets, making things better, more optimized. So I haven't really stopped FPL, to be honest.
Spoken like a true addict. There you
Yeah,
go.
a proper
You're already
addict,
feeling quite well already in there, mate.
Yeah,
you just can't get enough of it, can you, Marcello?
No,
Even when we're all chilling and relaxing, you're just like
on my phone. Who's signing for who? Looking up DEFCON stats.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what though? Yeah. With all the new announcements, obviously of chips for one, which I'm sure we'll go through, but these DEFCON announcements, like things things that people have been crying out for in the game because they feel like it's getting stale and etc. etc. Obviously, I don't know yourself, Marcello. Have you played the Champions League fantasy? I mean,
I haven't. No,
you've not played that one. So with that one, they count ball recoveries and things like that. So obviously, there's all these different fantasy games where there's different aspects and different ways that it's run. But I think finally the fact that FPL have introduced this now has definitely got people thinking a bit more about who's going to be better to get these sort of these extra 2 points, I guess.
It's completely different. Yeah,
you've fully gone full in, haven't you? You've not just waited. You've gone in.
I mean, you got to be ahead, be prepared for this. Like, change your mindset. Like, I'm asking people at work, who are you going to choose? Oh, I'm getting all the wing backs. I'm like, they're actually going to get outscored by the DEFCON defenders, mate. You got to keep up. You got to adjust quickly. And like, I come from a Pokemon background, like playing Pokemon Go and stuff, and like, we speak of like the meta, which Pokemon are good. They make changes all the time, and you've got to like readjust your thinking. Like, one Pokemon who was good will be bad the next week, and that's exactly what's happened between this year and last year, because all those terrible midfielders and defenders, they are. It's totally changed. The meta has totally shifted. You'll be picking players you've never picked before.
Who'd have thought, we'd have a Pokemon FPL crossover at some point in the pod? I didn't expect it this soon, but we've just had it, people. We've just had it right there.
Yeah. we're not trying to load up our Charizard DX anymore.
No.
We definitely moved on from that, haven't we? So
yeah.
Like, Charizard DX is what, Salah or someone, and you've got your Azumarill, who might be good, is your defensive midfielder Anderson playing for Forest. Like.
Exactly. I'm sure we're going to absolutely riff off those Pokemon references this year. It's kind of like last year with all the fast food references, Chaza?
Oh, that was a good time.
But the game has changed. The game has changed. It is strange to see looking up those defenders who... last year would have been absolutely not even remotely pickable. To certain players like James Tarkowski would have got the equivalent of 17 assists last season, something like that. If you told me right now there was a defender for 5.5 million who was going to bag you across the season 17 assists.
And that is exactly how you need to think of it, because the points are points.
That's Trent. Yeah,
it is.
That's Trent levels of stuff. And last year, Trent was 8 mil. Except we've now got defenders like that for 5.5 mil. And I think what's going to change the game even more, especially whilst Marcello, you're speaking about the meta. For people who don't know what meta means, that the most effective tactics available. It's going to change the way we play the game. So for me, those DEFCON points are going to be they're going to be things like ticking over solidly. They're going to be ticking over in the background all the time, which means I don't think the way we play the game is going to stay the same, because I think what we're going to do is have our set defenders now, which means we get to use our transfers with our attackers so much more aggressively than we've ever been able to do so before, because those defenders, they're going to be just sitting, going across the back. They're going to be ticking over throughout the entire season, and we're going to be able to target some juicy attacking fixtures even more so maybe than we've ever done before. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, well put, Rev. Well put.
Cheers,
well, while you two have been, I mean, I know you've probably had a bit of time in the sunshine, Mikey, because you like going away a little bit. But I think me and Jeff, I say this, I'm probably the one out of, apart from yourself, Rev, talking about holidays, but I've actually really tried to switch off from FPL over the break. I know Chaz has been doing Ironmans, which is absolutely insane,
crazy, man.
Insane, and amongst other things, and new jobs and all that sort of stuff. But I've tried to switch off from it, and then when the changes come in and obviously price reveals, etc., you find yourself more and more just tinkering and looking at this and stats and spreadsheets, and we've not even had a chance to watch proper football, I would say, because obviously we had summer series, didn't we? This whole Club World Cup nonsense. I did watch a little bit of it, but it's just so difficult. And we're coming into a season where Chelsea and City have played hardly any preseason games, which is bonkers. And that might play a part in how these guys kind of start and stuff. We saw City last season for the first time. Huge for them, kind of looking like average, an average team, and they've been so great over the years. So, yeah, some big signings to look forward to see how they do in FPL. The price points have changed. There's so much to get our teeth into, and I think I needed that break because, it's time. Obviously, nearly, guys. A week today, deadline. Yeah, let us know in the comments what you're kind of thinking. Any questions, or let us know if you're ready or you're not quite ready. But yeah, good to be back, as I say, boys, after a nice break. I needed that. Yeah,
for sure. Well, that was a very long-winded answer from Marcello in terms of what he got up to in the off-season. Rev, I know you must have gone on
Chaz has just instantly annihilated Reidy, and we've been on 12 minutes.
I think Rev, those headphones are a bit too big for your head, mate. He said Marcello.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry. Chaz has just annihilated Reidy. We're 12 minutes in.
Hey, I don't think he can hear us, can he? I don't think he can hear us. He said Marcello.
Oh, I thought he said whatever. I'm sorry. I thought he'd just absolutely gone in at you. My bad.
Yeah. No. He's gone in. He's gone in at the new.
He's gone in on Marcello.
He's gone in on the new guy straight away.
On the new guy, yeah.
And this is Chaza all over Marcello. One thing you'll realise throughout the season is we tried to talk to him about it over the season's gone.
Yeah.
By the way, when people are making great points, etc., and then I think Chaza just has an off button in his head.
That was a bit long-winded, wasn't it?
right.
Don't ever speak ever again.
Yeah, he'll just come out with something and you go in. Okay, I'm just going to try and ignore that now. Yeah, so permission.
Chaz, I've missed you, lads.
Permission to tell him to just shut the hell up. All right?
Yeah.
We've got a script now. Through the script in the video.
We've got you, Marcello. We've got you back, mate. We've got you back. Yeah. Hey, listen, I know my hair looks bad today, but Chaz's will always look bad because it's a mullet and it's crap. You know what I mean? So there's our little bit for you, mate. We've got you back. Anyway,
Chaza, you tell us what you got up to in the.
Go on.
Okay, go on, Chaza.
Yeah, set the clock, Marcello. Set the clock.
Yeah.
Nice.
10-second timer starts now. Go on, Chaza.
All right, cool. I did a couple shifts at some sector.
Bit long-winded, that wasn't it, boys?
I'm gonna be like Kevin De Bruyne. Let me talk. Just let me talk. Yeah. What is it?
Okay, sorry, Chaza. Go on.
Half Ironman. Go on. Relocated. Got a new job. Did a full Ironman, and then also worked at Somerset as a safety steward straight after last season. So yeah, that's all I got up to. Rev, what about you? You went on holiday?
Yeah, just went on holiday with the kids to Spain. It was really lovely. Needed that bit of time to refresh and reset. And it's been mad. I think I agree with what Reidy said a lot. It's just trying to switch off from FPL for a bit has been good, but it's let me get a bit more excited to get back into it. But Reidy last year, me and you between us, we must have made about 80 million drafts or something. I don't even think I've made 8 total so far this summer. So just being a bit more methodical, a bit more chill about it, a lot less knee jerk. And just trying to keep a calm head about it all. So yeah, it's been a nice little summer break from it. But looking forward to getting back.
What I find myself doing at the end of the season, I know a few boys do the same. I go through my photos on my phone and I delete all the drafts I've made throughout the season. I don't know if you guys ever seen your photos and you notice like the screenshots you've taken. And it's literally there's more FPL drafts in my photos than there is pictures of the kids, which tells you
just 9 terabytes worth.
It just tells you enough, doesn't it? That you spend far too much time. And I'm like, I go through and I go, well, that was terrible. Well, why have I done that? And then I just delete all of them and I just fresh slate and stuff. But yeah. That's great.
I've just gone through mine. You can see FPL screenshots, and then it just goes back to Pokemon for 2 months, and then back to FPL screenshots after that.
It's just a photo of Squirtle while he's been playing Pokemon Go or something, or do you know what I mean? Like something
what
random.
A legend.
Yeah. But can I just say, I'm looking at all the pictures of like Chaza's, Iron Man's. How impressive of that! I think that deserves a big round of applause. Well done, Chaza.
Well done, Chaza.
Amazing. I told him yesterday he's wearing the top as well. Incredible.
Well
Your
done,
inspiration to us all. You. I told you the other day when I saw your picture of the Iron Man, it motivated me to go out for a run. So thank you for that.
Well done, mate. Yeah, well done. The next time, Chaza, for the very first episode, can you turn up in a bike helmet, a pair of swimming goggles, and a full like running,
a mankini,
like a leotard type of thing, mate? Because then that's fully like proper Iron Man.
You're ready to go,
You know what I mean? Yeah. Please, or at some point in the season, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Well, who knows? It might actually happen tonight. We'll see.
All right. Whoa. Hey, the people haven't tuned in to kind of see that sort of stuff. Save that for the...
So, guys, if you want to follow that kind of stuff, you need to head over to our other website. It is subscription-based, though. It begins with an O and an F. Not FPL. It is different. And you can get really lewd pictures of Chaza and that mullet.
Posing in just a helmet this time. Oh, with his helmet. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, wrong type of helmet.
Moving on. Should we finally get into some FPL, boys? Or chat?
Reidy, what about you? What did you do? And then after that, we're going.
I've told you I did absolutely nothing, mate. I've got nothing interested in it. I just did nothing. I kind of chilled, watched them, sat down, worked. And honestly, I've switched off. Yeah, switched off. I mean, hopefully I'm not switched off when it comes to FPL and the season starting. Otherwise, I'll be dead last. But yeah, I'm sure Mike will fill that gap. Well, I mean, no, sorry, Mike, I'm not going to be horrible. I'm not going to be negative.
No, mate, it's all good. I deserve it. You know, I finished last over the past 2 years.
It's a new season.
I've got something to prove this time round. Yeah, but you know what, guys? At least the people in the chat are loving our nonsense as well. It's good to see Colm and good to see Miriam as well. Welcome back, of course, Miriam. Lovely Miriam. In the chat, loving our nonsense. So yeah, speaking of nonsense, shall we get into it, Chaza?
Let's go. That's if it shows up. It should do. Yes, it does. Right. I'm going to let you three just talk about it, whatever rule you want, because there's a lot. Bang.
So what I've heard for DEFCON is some people have been saying, oh, it's not going to be as exciting. You know, FPL's all about goals and assists. Who's going to care about whether your player's getting C-bit, which is the clearances, blocks, interception, tackles? What do you guys think about that? Are you going to be bored of the defending, or are you going to be cheering that on?
I mean, it's a different aspect, though. Sorry, Mike. Go on. You go.
I'm all for it, to be honest. I think, you know, it's for me, and Reidy, please just hold fire before you rinse me. But like, as an Everton fan. Right.
Oh, yes.
Okay. As an Everton fan, you know where this is going straight away. Like it's been quite rare for me to be able to pick people in my favorite team who are going to consistently get me points. Like, you know, like who have Everton really had over the past few years that you could very viably put into your FPL team? I know that we do have Ndai this year, who is maybe the exception that proves the rule. But he was injured last year, and then who would I get if I wanted to represent my favorite team in my FPL team? Well, now with the defensive rules and Everton being a much more defensive team, I can, you know, represent, you know, my favorite team, and that's something I really like. Actually,
this rule was made for you guys. Yeah,
exactly. So I'm totally here for it, and I can't wait to actually have, you know, an Everton player in my team who I can have a bit of faith in. For a change, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, interesting change, isn't it? Definitely, I think adds like that the whole Opta side of things, to what we've got here with XA, XCA, all this sort of stuff. I mean, now we're going to be I'll put it out there. I am all about touching grass. I'm not going to lie, So when it comes to me watching football, a bit more eye test. Whereas I know that you, Marcello, and obviously Rev as well, is a little bit more like sort of data driven and all that sort of stuff, spreadsheets. So I'm going to find it really difficult trying to not think of these things when I'm watching games. Whether that's going to make me enjoy football a bit more or less, I don't know until obviously it starts and things. Whether this is going to be a little bit messier for them, because obviously we saw remember last season when it was like before a game week actually finished, they could change bonus points and things like that.
Oh, yes.
Is that going to kind of like, is it going to interfere and kind of mess with that? It's one thing I will say is I know there's been a bit of noise on Twitter about the whole interface and how the new setup is like on the website, the app and these sort of
terrible.
things. And yeah. So I know there's been criticism there. So this is like, for me, the jury's out at the minute. I want to wait and see. However, I'm interested because it's a change. And I mean, when there's a change in that we've needed for a little while, it's something that wasn't expected. I will say that. So hopefully it's good and hopefully it makes the game more enjoyable. And yeah, Rev, I mean, obviously for yourself, I mean, Tarkovsky, and you've got the likes of Branthwaite and even O'Brien now, who seems to be like the guy for Everton.
Yeah.
It just makes it better to be able to pick these players that you wouldn't usually pick. So yeah, I think it's great. What about you, Chaza? Oh, go on. Sorry, Marcello.
One thing that I do quite a lot is I don't know if you guys go on FPL Gameweek. One of my favorite is live FPL. Also, other FPL sites also available, but FPL Gameweeks are always on there, and I'm like counting down my goalkeeper saves and like hoping that he reached that next threshold of saves. And I think that's quite similar to what the C-bit's going to be like. And it's like, oh, I hope he gets that extra save, and watching how the bonus points change in and out. You don't really get that on the FPL website, but when you go on these websites like Live FPL Gameweek, you do get it on there. And I'm really looking forward to having another thing to be cheering on in the game.
Another tab to have open, another thing to kind of open your phone. I mean, if they wanted to make us any more nerdy, they've just basically done it. You know what I mean? By putting this in there and introducing it. So I want to keep an eye on, and I know that top of the list for you, obviously defenders seem to be your flavour of the beginning of the season, Marcello.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Marcello made another really good point as well before we came on. It's we FPL is so interesting for us because it makes watching the games better. I would never, without FPL last season, I would have never have watched, Ipswich versus, Ipswich versus Fulham or whatever. But because I'm sat there with a Fulham striker in my team, I'm like, yeah. Wondering if one of them is going to get a goal or assist. But now I get to watch all of those games whilst also tallying me little defensive contributions as well. And I'm gonna be cheat. It's just like Marcello said, it's just another thing to cheer. And another thing to make the game that we already love even more exciting is,
because I used to hate watching Everton, man. It's like, my team's never going to score against them. Someone else has their defenders, and I hope they score against Everton, but they can never break them down. Now it's gonna be great. You can cheer them on. Come on,
every tackle, every tackle means so much more already. And this Chaza, this podcast got 25% less mullet. What's going on here?
Speaking of defenders, it's not just the C bit; it's also the bonus points have changed. And I did a quiz on my Twitter. Are you guys aware of these bonus points changes?
Yeah.
So we've got goal line clearances have gone from, I think they were free bonus points last year. Do you guys know how much they've gone up to now?
Isn't it 7 or something?
I think it's 9.
Nice.
It's huge. So if you get your defender clears it off the line, that's huge. And you've got the forwards taking penalties. If you got a forward that took a penalty, Chris Wood Cunha last year, immediately
Haaland,
free bonus points. Haaland, free bonus points on top of their penalty goal. Boom. Now that's gone right down as well. So your strikers are not guaranteed to get free bonus points if they score a penalty. So people thinking about penalty takers, yeah, they're still going to get their goals, but they're not going to get guaranteed free bonus points just like they did last year. That's a big change. And the defenders, they used to have their tackles lost count against them. They're not going to have that this year. So they're going to have more bonus points on top of the C bit as well. So talking about defenders and value of defenders, it is really something to think about. How is that going to affect? And do you want more expensive defenders, or can you get away with spending even less on defenders and knowing that they might even return you some more points? And I'm not sure what the answer to that is.
I think it's interesting, isn't it? And sorry, Reidy, I'll just chime in really quick. But like with change, you know, there's always chaos. And there's a famous Game of Thrones character. He used to say, "Chaos is a ladder." And I think, you know, what you were saying, Marcello, before about, you know, these other like not so engaged FPL managers coming in, picking players like Vardiol, picking players like Frimpong, because they're chasing the goals and the assists. And most of us are lining up with Murillo or Tarkowski or Anderson, you know, players like that. I just think chaos is a ladder, and I'm looking forward to watching those players like really tick over. So I think it's a good change. I'm all for it. Yeah.
No, that's spot on. Cool. I love it. It's been great discussion. This is what it's all about. And especially with me trying to just dip in and out, shake it all about, similar to Marcello at the moment. We'll see you, mate, shortly. But so just to clarify, did you guys cover the 2 sets of chips yet, or are you still on DEFCON?
No.
Listen, there's still, I mean, Chaza, I know you want to go on to the. I can tell Chaza is literally like ready, chomping at the bits. Just one more thing on DEFCON. No, I'm only messing, mate. I'm only messing. Go on, carry on.
All good. So that was great shouts on DEFCON, especially from you, Reidy, and Rev and Marcello. But
not you, Reidy.
No, I was gonna say what me. No.
Yeah, come on, Chaza. This is really long-winded now. Just get on with it, Chaza. Just get on with it. This is long-winded, Chaza. Long-winded, Chaza. Get on with it, Chaza. Come on, Chaza.
Come on. Hurry up, Chaza.
2 sets of chips. What do you both reckon of this?
Oh, I'll go first on this one.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
There's one thing I really don't like, but go on, Reidy.
What's not to like is what I'll say. There's one thing that you really don't like. What I will say is casuals. I have to say it. I know it sounds like I'm being all like, I know FPL better than other people. However, there are people that obviously play the game and, not sort of like take it seriously as maybe we would and so on. I think this chip, the double chip things helps those sort of people. What I will say in that sense. It helps people who like to use chips early is another thing. And I know me and Rev have been guilty of doing that in seasons gone.
Never.
Yeah, exactly. So that for me, from just a thingy point in a vacuum is just that it's fantastic. We've got 2 chips, beginning of the season, first off.
Okay, now Reidy's internet has gone, so it's now my turn to
Rev.
Have my internet go. So I'll be next when the internet demon.
We're all having a blip tonight on the internet, aren't we? I think
yeah. And Reidy's back. There you go.
I'm back in the room. Back in the room. But yeah. So what I was saying was that I think it's fantastic that we've got all these chips, and obviously it's a big change that nobody knew about. No one knew about, but yeah. I haven't planned. I think from a planning point of view, what it does do, it throws everything out the window, because I think previously it was more a case of plan, hold your chips, especially last season with the assistant manager as well. And I know that was a bit of a love-hate relationship with that chip for some people. I think now it's like, wow, I mean, 5 transfers, double chips. I mean, it's full on action. Let's be honest, boys. It's full on action. But that's my opinion. You boys might obviously hate it. So yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you on the chips. I think what's not to like, you know, it's just more action for us. It's more stuff to talk about. You know, I think what I don't like is, and I'm not sure if we're really calling this a chip per se, but it is an additional thing that everyone gets. So for me, like one of the things that sets apart the best from the rest, it's a skill cap issue for the game, is that beforehand, the more engaged managers will be able to play around AFCON more by being able to plan for AFCON and making sure that if our players were going to AFCON, you know, we would save up some transfers and then we could transfer them out or bench them or whatever, or, you know, we could plan around AFCON. But now everyone's getting some free transfers around AFCON, and I just don't think I agree with that necessarily. I think, you know, it's something to create, like change should create chaos, not stability. And, you know, the better managers will thrive throughout chaos. And that's what I like about FPL, whereas this extra transfers around the AFCON time is just rewarding people who've, you know, you fail to prepare to fail, so to speak, you know, and that's, I feel like that's the mindset that's being rewarded. But apart from that, I'm all for the chips because we can use them too, you know. So yeah, it's good. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other for me for those particular changes.
Shall I?
But you lads?
Got to be aggressive now. It's like you might want to plan for having a player for 8 weeks. Now you might just want to look at the next 5 weeks, and you know that you've got to have the chips to deal with it if something goes wrong. You've got to be aggressive. Yeah, I think they've done it to keep the managers engaged. Obviously, they get so many people signing up. And then when you have like everyone stop forgetting about it by Christmas, it's not because they forgot about it, it's because they've already used their 5 chips.
Yeah.
So I can see why they've done it. The AFCON is a bit overkill, but use it to your advantage. My plan is to wildcard Gameweek 13 when there's a big swing. Gameweek 15, you can set up your bench boost with all your transfers you've got. And then game week 16, AFCON, you'll get 5 more transfers to get those bench boost players out and sort it out again.
That's genius.
If you can think of a way to use it to your advantage, you can still have an edge over like casuals, but it's definitely different, and it will make it harder for all of us to do well.
Yeah, I like it.
For sure. And Chaza?
Oh,
Iron Man. What's your thoughts, bro, on the chips?
There's too many ironing of the chips, I reckon, in this instance. Just double the trouble, which is fair enough. But I liked it how it was before, to be fair. I think the most rubbish rule was 5 transfers for AFCON. Yes, I understand it rewards managers, but it just eliminates that planning aspect about it now. The game's gone. That's all it is.
Oh,
game's gone.
Already we've had the game's gone. Yeah. Oh,
game's gone. Game's gone.
Oh God. God. The game's gone. Yeah, it's more gung ho. It's gone more gung ho. It's gone more, as you said, attack. I think that what we all enjoyed beforehand was you had double game weeks and you also had blank game weeks. Now, obviously, these things with the FA Cup second rounds getting cancelled out, the replays, there was always then less and less of this sort of planning around, you know, because you'd have the blank week. I mean, last season it was Everton Liverpool. The derby got called off because of the weather. You know, the King's probably going to pop his clogs this year at some point. Don't worry, we've got double chips. We've got AFCON extra transfers. I don't know. Taylor Swift's going to give us a lap dance. Something else is going to happen, and we're just going to be like, "It's all right, boys. It's fine. Don't worry."
Mate, like what website have you signed up to there?
Sorry, back in the room. I was talking.
Yeah. That's a different website again, isn't it?
All I'm saying is that although we can be more aggressive, we're being more aggressive. but we're not being punished for being aggressive. Whereas previously, you were being punished more because there was less help there. Whereas now, FPL have went, here you go, is a little bit more, is a little bit more. And obviously, Chaz has just said, the game's gone. So there we have it.
Right. 2 more points before we reveal our first drafts. Rev, you mentioned this yesterday. Salah v Haaland. Take it away.
Yeah, and this is again alludes to something me and Marcello was talking about earlier. I'm pretty certain that the correct thing to do at the beginning of the season is to go with Haaland. I'm just too scared to go against Salah, and so I've got Salah in my team. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Wait, go Haaland.
Wait, so what are you doing? Are you going both?
No. I've only got Salah at the moment.
Okay,
but I'm pretty sure that the correct, because Haaland, by the way, what does he do every year for the first 6 game weeks? He gets like a hattie every game, doesn't he? It's what he does. It's what he does. And I'm just like,
I think Rev, boys, has nightmares about this. I think in his head, when he's dreaming about this, he's going, Salah, no Haaland, no Salah. And he's fighting. And come the beginning of the season, he's going to have both. I can call it now. He's going to end up having both.
It's hard. Last year,
you can only have one, man. You can only have one.
You can. No, that's the truth of it. I feel like you can only have one. But, I mean, there are drafts out there.
Look at them fixtures as well, boys. I mean, come on.
Fixtures are nice. Reidy scoring. Tottenham, they conceded 4 yesterday. Brighton, never good defensively. Man U, who knows what they're going to be like? Probably still bad. Arsenal, they're losing.
Marcello, there is a word that Reidy uses to describe fixtures like
no, don't. Reidy. I'm not using it this year. I'm not using it, Rev. I'm not
Teach me.
Not doing it.
Come on, Reidy. Just for just once. It's not even this season yet. It's pre-season, so it doesn't count.
I'll only say it once, and that's it. Then you never. So before I came on, I was fortunate enough to get myself a little KFC bought for me by the missus, and we've just done the food shop. So purchased some of this dressing. Well, is it dressing? Basically, a ranch and a spicy ranch. Honestly, so creamy, so creamy.
And there it is. There's the word, creamy.
So obviously, I mean, aside from the chicken tenders and the creamy ranch sauce, etc. Obviously, these are very nice fixtures, as you've alluded to. And I mean, are we getting the same City, though? Have they made big enough signings? Is there going to be much changes to how the system is? Rodri's going to be back, which is massive for them. However, you've still got Doku, and we've all been there. You played those, PlayStation 1, 2, PS4, whatever consoles in the past. And, there's always that thing where it gets stuck. And, Doku just runs down the wing, and he's like, he gets stuck. It's like he gets stuck sometimes because he's running back or doing. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. And you can tell Haaland hates him as well. Just pass the ball to me so I can stop shooting.
and you've got Savinho doesn't know if he's playing or not. You've got Foden, worst season last year compared to the player of the season before. Bernardo Silva should be on crutches. Gundogan, is he still there? De Bruyne's just left. Creativity, or that big thing, what we were saying last year, of he could literally cut through defences, like a knife through butter, to put that past the Haaland. What they've lost creatively.
I don't. Grealish to Everton apparently is on.
Yeah, but obviously that's great for Everton. Yeah. But I mean, from a City perspective, what have they now got, or what are they going to change this season that's going to put the ball to Haaland to get him all those goals? Because, as you boys said, beginning of the season, he's normally great. And his record last season was his worst one, I think, as of yet. He got 30-something goals in his first, 27, 28 in his second, 22 last year. I know he was injured. So his goal record is there. It speaks for itself. But just City as a whole, I don't know, boys. I don't know if
made a few signings. Nori will be getting it into him, running past players.
Naughty.
Rangers, they've signed. What do you think of him? I'm not too sure about him.
I've heard he's a bit of a baby, but I don't know I don't know. That's definitely gone over your head, hasn't it? Never mind.
Right.
But yeah,
baby reindeer. Reindeer. Come on. I got it.
Yeah. No, go on, Marcello. Anyone else on the list? Any attacking creativeness? Any juices? Like...
Is Marmouche being overlooked slightly?
It's the price point for me. Is he 8.5? 8.5 maybe?
I think he's 8.5, yeah.
I mean,
I just think...
Is he 8.5 or 8?
8.5.
Haaland had such a bad year last year, right? And he scored so many goals. He still scored so many goals. Like, yeah, he's expensive, but he delivered early on. Yeah, he had a few droughts. Do you think he's going to do as bad as last year? Everyone would probably say, probably going to improve on that. Right? You don't see them doing as bad as last year, right? What do you guys think?
This is what I mean. Like, the more I speak about Haaland, the more I'm like, can I really go without the Norwegian meat shield?
All right, I'll tell you one thing. Right? We spoke about it at the beginning. We spoke about this new, DEFCON and all this other stuff that's been introduced into the game. Now, that in turn, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone has actually made it worse for forwards from a scoring point of view, like points point of view, because don't they now get effectively not as many penalties, and obviously Haaland takes the penalties, etc. So you've got to think, if you're paying all that money, yeah, I mean, like, and all right, he's going to score, but is it going to be worth what you can get for two other strikers? That's what you got to weigh up, right? And if not, and if Salah, you know what happens when Salah scores? As soon as he scores, straight to the bonus. Midfielder, clean sheet, gets that extra point. It's just a lot, for 0.5 more to be able to have Salah. For me, it just feels like a no-brainer until it's not, I guess. And Salah's doing nothing. Yeah. And obviously, Salah goes AFCON, as we spoke about AFCON before and the transfers. You can have Haaland all you want, then, but you guys, I can understand you're trying to justify at the beginning of the season because, let's be honest, the fixtures are there. And that's what feels like, as simple as that. Fixtures are there, Haaland scores, surely.
Well, you mentioned the word value there. Is it going to be worth it? I think if you captain him, yes, it will be worth it. If you're not captaining him, then it is probably one of the least valuable players in the game from my spreadsheet calculations that I've done before. Him and Haaland, they're like exactly half the value of like the top value players, like some really good value players are like Bruno, actually, Rodgers, Tarkowski. You're getting a lot of points for your goals. And they priced it that it's basically exactly half the amount, which means that you're going to want to captain them. So that means you kind of have to choose one or the other. And if you're going Haaland, can you go against Salah?
Tricky.
Hard to go against the king, isn't it? That's the problem.
It is.
Yeah, you come at the king, you better not miss. Yes, exactly. Quentin.
Yes.
Give us those fast food references. We love it, man.
And that's it. Right.
Cool.
Okay. Bench boost, game week 1 or not? This is a very interesting one. Marcello, was this one you may have added? Maybe even Rev, to be honest. But
yeah. So, like, one of the things that is being talked about across some of the other content creators that I follow is the fact that this is one of the only times that you can, and I know Marcello's got a really, really good opinion about this, but I still think it's worth discussion, and I'm more inclined to agree with Marcello for the record. But the other point, the counterpoint to it is that, this is the only time we can wildcard and bench boost at the same time, given the fact that, we get another bench boost anyway later in the season. So I'm sure Marcello's got some really good reasons as to why we shouldn't do that. But
I hate it. I think it's lazy.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
Mate. I do get it. You want to get it out the way.
Yeah.
But what are you bench boosting? Two Burnley players and a Sunderland player.
That's why I don't think I'm going to do it. Yeah.
Are you going to split the funds and then wildcard in game week 4? Maybe. I'd prefer the bench boost in game week 2 when there's a few
game week 1
better
or 2
fixtures for some of your bench players.
Yeah, I'm still a bit burnt from like 3 seasons ago when I think it was Watford had some mad double game week, And I think it was Dennis got a red card, and I was just like all in on Watford, and I was just believing the Watford hype. And what I'll never ever do again is activate a chip based on what I think the bottom 3 teams are doing. You know, like just never again. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, you're taking advantage of a vulnerable person. You know, but you know that's just how it goes. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be bench boosting game week 1 or 2 because, as Marcello says, like, what are you doing? It's like with Burnley or Sunderland players. Like,
if you've got no Haaland and no Salah, you can probably get a good bench boost all round. But are you actually going to do that? If you are, fair enough. But if you're doing some madness, and you know, you say game week 1, your squad value is only 100. It's the lowest it will ever be. I know you can only wait until 15, but your value is going to be higher. That chip is going to go towards better players when you have more value. So that chip will be worth more later on. That's kind of one way I've been thinking about it as well.
Yeah.
And also you say, you can wildcard. How's that going to help? The deadline's on Friday when Liverpool play. You don't know who's in the squad for Sunderland or Burnley.
Yeah.
If you kind of knew, it's all going to be starting in 1 game and we might get a hint that Gui's starting and Esteve is starting for Burnley, then, that might be a good reason. But it's not really going to help you in game week 1, I don't think.
Wow. Instrumental.
I think João Pedro has just scored for Chelsea as well.
Oh, hype train. Here we go. It's on 70% ownership going in. Here we go. Choo-choo. Yeah. Yeah, I've just seen that as well. Jeez.
All right. Okay. It might be time to reveal our sides, unless I've missed any blatant talking points you guys were just burning to talk about, but I think it's all covered. Am I right?
Yeah, we've got through the meeting agenda there.
Through the agenda. Looks like someone is seriously ready. I put this on the back of our share screen for a good while. Rev, I'm going to go to you first.
Welcome everyone to just absolutely boring boring.template FC. Let me just see if I can. Does that look all right for everyone on the thing? And I'll just maybe go about there so you can see my bench as well. And
some nice points for your team in this Chelsea game today.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got a theory about the meta, the most effective tactics available. Something me and Marcello will talk about as TCG players. But for me, what you get
just blown my mind. I did not know that was an acronym.
Most effective tactics available. What did you think?
I've never heard of that. Wow.
Right, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Enjoy. See, there are levels to this, Marcello, mate. I'm joking. So what I think is going to happen is, and this is one of the whole chaos is a ladder thing that I'm going to be personally hoping to gain an advantage over everyone with, is I think people like Murillo, people like VVD, people like Tarkowski, for the first time, maybe ever, we get to just have 3 set and forget defenders. Set and forget. And so that means I'll be able to transfer about with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions so much more aggressively and target fixtures so much more aggressively with these 5 particular positions. Now, Anderson, again, he's going to be in the same boat. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not the only one here with Anderson in the team, but he is a bit of a DEFCON points machine. But my theory is, and this is what I'm going for in my team, is that I'm just going to go with a big 3 at the back, a 4.5, which, we can change depending on fixtures. I just happen to really like... a good few of these fixtures all the way up until game week 11 for Tottenham. I also think that Tottenham, has it been confirmed that they've signed Paulina?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I think he's going to bring a lot of good to that Tottenham defense as well. So I think the clean sheets are going to be there. They're going to have that solidity. So I think now what I get to do is play around with those 6 positions a bit more offensively, whereas people who go to pick defenders in regards to their attacking output, I think they're going to fall behind just because my transfers will be worth more. Does that make sense? Like my transfers will be better because they will be able to target much more aggressively because I will have, Sanchez, Murillo, Virgil van Dijk and Tarkowski. I've gone for almost this season's equivalent of big at the back to really, do that. But other than that, it's just boring. It's a boring team. It is quite template. João Pedro again. Christie as well from Bournemouth. I just think at 5 million, he's just a player that's going to get DEFCON points. Is DEFCON points per 90 was something like 11 or 12 per 90. I can't remember what it was, but I'm sure Marcello will be able to tell us in a minute.
No, I haven't looked into Christie. How much is he?
Check him out. I don't want to say for certain, but
how much is he?
He's 5 mil, and he's points per match. I can't. It has it on your phone app, but it doesn't have it on the website. His defensive contribution
about 0.59. CBIT's 26, so very, very good CBIT. Yes.
Yeah. So
one thing I love about is it Bournemouth? Yeah, they don't have a good fixture game week 1, but after that, once you see the fixture difficulty charts, everyone's going to be looking at Bournemouth, and I think Wolves as well. Their fixtures look much nicer after game week 1, and I like that you've gone early in Bournemouth somewhere.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, Murillo, Virgil, and Tarkowski, they were amongst the top 5 last year. For what would have been DEFCON points. So I'm just going with them because I don't expect to see much output change from those 3. And I'm just hoping for, have them as set and forget and then just play with the rest of my team and have much less to think about so I can be more accurate.
Nice. Yeah, solid team, Mikey. Obviously, I know you know there's certain players in there, or quite a few players in there that are what people are classed as certainly template. But I think a week to go, plenty more time to kind of tinker. Obviously, you've only got one Everton guy in there at the minute. After saying what you said earlier, do you think maybe an Ndai skilly man will find his way in? Or
I mean, that is the one thing that I think I could change here. I do look at Liverpool's fixtures, and I think Liverpool's fixtures aren't actually very good, if I'm being honest. So Wirtz might go down to Ndai for me.
Live fast and die young.
Mate, my FPL team is called Ndai Another Day.
Oh, that's
good. Which is awful. It's exactly what you want. You want a real head shaker, don't you? Watkins. I think everyone's. Well, a lot of people seem to be on the Morgan Rogers hype train, but I think if Rogers is doing well, Watkins is doing even better. So that's what I want from him. Watkins also allows me to go into Gyökeres quite easily if he starts, doing the business. Oh, by the way, what I need to say about this team as well, important point. If I go to transfers, you'll see I've got 0.5 in the bank as well.
Very nice.
So it'll allow me to, game week 2 or 3 if there's a price rise that I need to catch. And I think I've got some really good price points all over the gaff. I'll be able to move into whoever seems to be the.
So you wouldn't spend that before the season starts?
I quite like the idea of being able to react, to be honest. So in trading card games, mate, I'm a control player as well.
Okay.
And so, I like to be able to react to what's happening and to be able
That's
to
an
think that way
interesting
around.
tactic, because I remember last year wishing I had 0.5 in week 2.
Yeah, exactly. I think I wish I had 0.5 every year. So I've said this year I'm going to do it. And just to be able to have that really solid start. But yeah, thanks for the feedback, boys. Appreciate it.
I love everything you said, except for you think Tottenham will be keeping clean sheets this year.
Well,
didn't they just concede 4 to
I know
Bayern's B team yesterday?
Yeah, that's a valid point. What was Spurs? Were they fielding like a full strength 11?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow, that's rude.
In 20 minutes, it was 2-0 down.
Damn. And Spurs were playing a full strength.
I think so. I mean, obviously they don't have Solanke because he's injured, or I'm not sure what he's doing.
Wow,
basically against a bunch of children, right?
That's heavy. That.
I mean, it was going so well beating Arsenal 1-0, but is that just saying that Arsenal might be in trouble, or maybe Gyökeres can't really handle Premier League? I mean, like you said, it's a wait and see with Gyökeres.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we might think could be going on as well is like, if Isak does get us moved to Liverpool, we're going to be ripping up our FPL teams anyway.
Yeah.
To get Isak in, because that like whatever they spend on Isak, and I'd love to hear Reidy's thoughts on this. Isak could come in and make us rip up our FPL teams all over again, and there'll be a new meta, a new tactic available. And because if Liverpool spend what has been reportedly like 120 million in some cases on this guy, he's not going to sit on the bench. You can't have 120 million pounds sat on the bench, can you, Reidy?
No, definitely not. It'll make FPL. What I will say, as much as I'd love us to sign him, it'll make FPL worse because, obviously, the difficult thing is we all in last season, your Mbuemos, your Wissers. It's just going to make it very tricky. And one thing that I don't like already that's causing issues, and other people might have had the same problem, is the lack of choice in forwards. It's either really high or really low, and there's like the odd in between, like an Evan Nielsen, for example, or a João Pedro, who's obviously the most popular. So I'm finding the forward side of things really, really tricky. So if Isak does come to us, I think 10.5, then he's the second highest priced forward, and then you're going to have Salah, say, and Palmer already. It dwindles down the rest of the cash that you put elsewhere. So for me, for FPL, not great. For Liverpool, I mean, great. Bring him on if we sign him.
And one interesting point is you probably won't sign him until game week 2, because that's when Newcastle play Liverpool. So they probably won't want him to play then. So if they're delaying it, it might be for that reason only.
That's just what it has to be, surely. Like you can't just obviously Newcastle don't want the advantage of Liverpool having Isak against them for that one game. So, but for me, like if he does go to Liverpool, I think we're going to see like we saw with Haaland, like at the beginning of last year, we're going to see like a 90% effective ownership for sure. It's just going to happen because like if he's 10.5 at Newcastle, that's fine. But if he's 10.5 at Liverpool, that's not fine.
I think he's going to be that high ownership come game week 13 anyway, when both Liverpool and Newcastle have an incredible fixture run.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to be in either way, but try and be flexible. See if you can leave a route to him now. If you had to get him in, maybe you've got 3 Liverpool.
It's Verts to Ndiaye, Watkins to Isak.
And would that let you get Haaland as well, or is that not quite enough? You'd probably have to get rid of Salah, maybe even Palmer.
Yeah, it's one or the other. I think the team around them suffers too much if you try and go for both.
Yeah.
So
cool. Nice team so far, Rev.
Top stuff. Righto, we have Marcello. I think you've got yours ready to go.
Yeah. So I've gone for the team name Size Matetas.
How have you got away with that one? How have you got away with that? I tried to go hung like a horse, and got banned straight away. Got knocked back. So I mean, he's leaving now anyway. He's gone to LA.
He's gone to LA, hasn't he?
It is what it is. But yeah, I love that. Take it away, Marcello.
Yeah, so some very similar picks. I had Virgil. I took him out because Liverpool fixtures. I've now got Tarkowski. Got the 4.5, similar structure with the three defenders. I've gone double Forest. Do I want a Chelsea defender? They're looking good in pre-season. They're the best club in the world. They're the best club in the world officially. I hate to say it, but they've won everything. No one else has won everything. And Cucurella, I think he's a 6, isn't he? Have they got... The only thing that also made me think about Chelsea defender is who got injured, Colwell. So that's going to hurt them a little bit. But they might have a 4.5 defender. Is it Tosin? Will he start? Who's playing today? Have to look that up. But yeah, one team that you had your good defenders, Liverpool, Forest, Everton. What about Palace? FA Cup winners.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a good pick.
12th in the league. Who gives up?
We won the FA Cup. And we're going to win the Charity Shield on the Community Shield on Sunday.
What's stopping you?
Stopping you? We are such a good team, and everyone's sleeping on us. Yes, our fixtures are bad. Okay, fine, our fixtures are bad. However, we can beat anyone. Do you think we can beat Chelsea? I think we can beat Chelsea.
I thought they were the best club in the world a second ago. What's going on?
They are, but we...
I love how Marcello was so... He convinced himself, but then was looking for backup the very...
Well, that's why I haven't got Chelsea in my team, because they're playing Palace. I'm so close to putting Mateta in my team as well. You could put Gahey in 4.5. You could put Richards. You could put in Lacroix. You could put in Eze. You could put in Sarr. Oh my God, we are so good. And what I've been hearing a lot is Palace always start slowly. That's because they've been on holiday and relaxing right until the first game starts. Now we've got Community Shield. We've gone to Austria. We've been playing. We've got the same team. There's no Mateta at the Olympics. We are going to be on fire at the start. And yes, it's a shame we don't have good fixtures. And yeah, I'm going for the strikers because the attackers, because I don't think we're going to be hauling goals. But you can't discount our defense, Crystal Palace defenders. Munoz. Have you forgotten about Munoz? I've seen no one put Munoz in their team in the whole of Twitter. Munoz is an absolute beast. He's got goals, assists, athleticism, the mindset, the way he shouts at the crowd. He's just such a
How many FPL points do you get for shouting at the crowd?
It's just his attitude.
Wait, just in case.
0 points.
No, how many shouts per minute on the spreadsheet?
Just check the rules because it may be in there. You never know, guys. They might have snuck it in.
Probably put loads in, haven't they?
Yeah. He is just so passionate. He loves football, and I just think he's a set and forget for the whole season. Doesn't matter if we're playing Liverpool, doesn't matter if we're playing Man City in the cup final. We're gonna get a clean sheet. Everyone hates playing against us. Did you hear? Was it in Mbeumo or Wissa last year? They were like, which team do you hate playing against? Oh, I hate playing against Crystal Palace. I can't break them down. Our team is so good. Yes, we've got Europe. That might come against us as well. We might not be able to handle that. So let's see. But once we have a good fixture run, Mateta's going in, Sarr or Eze's going in, double defense possibly. You could even go Henderson. Harder games, away games, we do quite well. So don't forget about Palace, boys, because we're going to be off to a flyer. We've been properly on it with a team that knows each other and loves playing. And if we get this Monday European decision, everyone's going to be fighting to show that they want to play.
Cooking. Yeah, I mean, it is difficult. All of us are all kind of thinking the same thing. Obviously, it's your team. You support them. You've seen them play, etc. And they did amazing last year. 12th isn't as bad as United and Spurs. Let's say that much, right, boys? So, listen, it could be a lot worse, for those sort of teams that are expected to be getting Champions League football or at least competing for it anyway, nowhere near. So, yeah, I mean, you've got every right to big Palace up, Marcello, but just, that block of fixtures at the very, very beginning, probably Sunderland, West Ham, they're the only two fixtures that can see. All right, I'd back Palace in those, but it's a tough old fixture run at the beginning of the season. Chelsea, Forest, Villa, Liverpool, even Everton away at the new stadium. Bournemouth, Arsenal. It's really tough. It is tough. I mean, but listen,
tough.
You've got one in there. Would you not prefer to be going someone like Eze instead of Munoz?
No, definitely not. I don't think I'd go for an attacker because of the fixtures, but I think we can keep a clean sheet. We can keep it. We're always going to be keeping it tight. We can get a clean sheet for anyone. Munoz can run. He's got energy for days. He's like ran the most miles in the whole of our team. Munoz is just unbelievable player. I can't believe we're keeping him, to be honest.
Yeah, fair play. But yes, I mean, it's a solid team, boys. I think Bruno Fernandes, talking points.
Bruno, I don't know if he's going to stay. I just think he's such good value. Man U have really upgraded. They're not going to have Garnacho missing chances. They've got Cunha and Buemo, who are the two of the best players in FPL last year. They can play against all these Premier League teams. They're just going to be dangerous. He's on pens. Fixtures aren't great, but I think he's quality and everything will still go through him. The other one I want to mention is Bowen. And one thing we said about flexibility. So Bowen is 8 million, and there's a lot of good 7.5 strikers as well that I like. Who once Bowen's fixture is out of the way, and talking about playing aggressively, I'm thinking even week 2, I could even sell Bowen, go down to a 7.5. You know, whoever's looking sharp, whoever's got the good fixtures, even a 7 in Evan Nilsson. Could go Strand Larson to free up some funds for Wolves. Chris Wood, I like. He's got great fixtures, 2 to 6. João Pedro, 7.5. I just think Bowen is a nice price point to drop down, and he's got that great first fixture v Sunderland. Might even captain him. But one reason I've gone for Salah over Haaland, I've had all of these Haaland thoughts as well, is I'm going Fantasy Football Fest on Friday as well. We're going to be watching Salah. Salah's not my captain or in my team at Fantasy Football Fest. I'll be going home at half-time once he scores a brace.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going against him on the first day. It'll ruin the whole day.
Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? We play on the Friday. It could ruin people's weekends before it's even got started. So, I mean, it feels like the sensible thing to do. And, go on, Rev.
One of the things that I'm not understanding, and maybe this is just not me seeing the vision or whatever. Maybe I'm too stupid to understand it, but I don't get the Bruno Fernandes pick. I really, it's something that I would be really ardently against. This is a team that did finish 17th, 16th last year, something like that. 9 mil, very expensive. The attacking output isn't great. Yes, he's got 2 players in front of him that are a lot better, but with Cunha and Bermo and Ahmad in front of him, where does he play? Like, I get it, right? If he was playing as a number 9, he goes straight in my team, right? But because Amorim is hell bent on making this 3-4-3 work, any central midfielder that is playing is going to be naturally much deeper than we would like any attacking option in our FPL teams to work. So unless Fernandes is playing in the middle of Mbeumo and Cunha, then I don't want a part of it. Actually, I'm not interested at all, because he'll be way too deep to be doing that stuff. Yeah, he might get like the occasional assist from deep, but the way that, because I watched Everton's preseason game against Man United, and Fernandes was a bit deep then, and I was like, ooh, I was like, I was not interested. And I'm seeing a lot of content creators put Fernandes in the team. I much prefer someone like Morgan Rogers, who we know is part of the attacking setup.
This is what I was on before Rodgers kind of twisted his ankle, and I might go back to this, to be honest. I'll play Semenyo against Liverpool and bench someone like Wan-Bissaka, or pick another 4.5, maybe double.
Has Rodgers just got injured, has he? Have I missed that?
He came off after like 5 minutes and twisted his ankle. It's a minor knock, and hopefully he'll be okay, but I think we're waiting to hear back. It could, if it's like a main part of his foot, then he could be out a bit longer, which allows you to go for Tielemans or Marlon as well. I think other option would be Tielemans. I love the look of Tielemans, probably on pens, although pens might go to Watkins as well. I'm not sure about any 8 millions. But then you'd upgrade the defender also.
And Dai would be the one, like the go-to.
I thought about Ndai. Yes, he's on pens. Do you guys ever get any pens? I think you had 2 pens last year.
You know what?
Is he going to score game week 1?
A disgustingly low. Well, against Leeds, maybe. I'll tell you
game week 1, he will definitely score against Leeds. And I'll be like, I wish I went there. But apart from that, I'm like, I don't think it's I'm sorry to an Everton fan. I don't think it's an exciting enough pick for me to pick him.
That's fair enough.
And yeah, he is good value. I'd probably go Kudos if I saw anything good from Tottenham. The 6.5s. I've got my little spreadsheet here, so whenever I want to see anyone, I just go midfielders, and then you can go maximum cost 6.5, and then have a look at what we're working with, really. And then you can see Ahmad, Murphy. Yeah, the fixtures aren't really there. Iwobi, McNeil. These are all based off last year's performances. I'd probably go Saar, 6.5. Enzo for Chelsea. I love the Enzo pick, to be honest. I think he could get involved, but you don't really know with these new signings. Tielemans is Tielemans for me at 6. I would go Tielemans. Kudos. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky. The 6.5 price point is a tricky one. Obviously, you've got these other things to consider now with these extra points. Anderson's a big talking point this season, but is he going to get you them extra points, or is it just going to be a case of he gets these 2 pointers, but he's picking up yellow cards effectively? So it is tricky. It is tricky, but go on.
Just on Anderson as well, he's Elanga's gone, so I think Anderson's on most of the set pieces as well, and they love a header, whether it's Milenkovic or Chris Wood getting a header. Yeah. So Anderson, I think he is. Yeah. There's a reason he's in everyone's teams. Yeah, and it's not just Seabit. He's going to get assists. He'll get a cheeky goal here and there. Anderson to Milenkovic, when that notification pops through, that's going to hit differently this season.
Oh. It's going to be tasty. Yeah.
Nice team. Nice pick so far, Marcello, mate. So
Marcello, I could see it. You've come to the forefront here. Gosh. Right, Reidy, time for yours.
I'll make it short, sharp, and I nearly said another word then, but yeah, I won't say that. But my setup for the year, if you can get it up, Chaza. I mean, I know you usually don't have problems doing that, but
right,
get it right up there, son. Get up there, son. There we go, Bosh. Right in. A little bit spicy, a little bit nicey, a little bit different, maybe a little bit too dicey. But yeah, boys, this is me. I mean, I'll be honest with you. We spoke about bench boost at the beginning of the pod. We spoke about when maybe to do it, when maybe not to do it. I'll be honest with you. I haven't got an absolute clue what to do. So I have obviously spread some money here, as you can tell. Now, there's a few key players I've covered: Salah, Palmer, Ndai, Kudos, high ownership guys, João Pedro. I don't even know if Beto is going to start. I mean, there's Beto, there's Barry, there's their cousin Gary. I don't know who's going to start out of those.
They got a sheriff as well in town.
A sheriff in town. But basically, I mean, I think the base of the team is there. And I mean, it didn't help that Colwell's picked up an injury. He was my Chalobah, the 5 mil defender that I wanted. Mm-hmm. I think Porro for the beginning of the season, I fancied a bit of that instead of Udogi. So I thought maybe I'll go to the 5-5 instead of the 4-5. Mm-hmm. Milenkovic, solid pick. Sells, solid pick again. Now, other than that, obviously I'm not going to bench boost. I mean, as it stands, you've got Evan Nielsen, you've got Senesi on the bench against my beloved Liverpool. Salah's got the armband on, so I'm thinking there's points. The thought on that one is, as you mentioned at the beginning, Marcello, Bournemouth's fixtures do actually become very nice, probably pretty much straight away, right? Wolves, Spurs, Brighton, Newcastle's difficult one, but then it's Leeds, Fulham, and then a little bit tricky again with Palace, Forest, and City. But I really like the look of the fixtures at the beginning of the season. Same with Chelsea. obviously 3 Chelsea in there. And that's why I've gone for those Bournemouth guys to kind of help me with the game week 2 onwards. Lastly, there is a certain player in there which I'm going to guess. I mean, we've had your team, Rev. We've had your team, Marcello. And I'm going to put my neck on the line and say Chaza doesn't have him as well, and that is Morgan Gibbs-White. All the drama, obviously, transfer window, Spurs gone in, bid, looks like he's going, big man, whatever his name is, loves a KFC bucket to himself. Our Forest, aka the Forest owner, says, no, you're staying. I'm going to, tie you down, give you a big contract. And yeah, he's still a Forest. So, I'll be honest, if I could go for Chris Wood, maybe I would over Beto and then downgrade Gibbs-White. But I think Gibbs-White in there, I think, yeah, I like the look
He's
of
a good differential, to be fair.
He's a solid pick. I mean, 7.5,
yeah.
So he's below that Wirtz and that Fernandez. But
yeah,
that's me, boys. That's. I mean, watch now. I'll say, what do you think? You'll just all say crap. So it's fine.
No, I say this as a positive in that I only have one real problem with the team, and and it's coming from your fellow Scouser. It's Beto in the team.
See.
Yeah. So
right. Where's the delete team button? Where is it?
Yeah. No, I say it as a real positive. I think you've got a couple of differentials in there. I like the fact that some of us are going full on defense points in defense, whereas you're still holding out hope that football is still an exciting game, and you still believe, you're still positive. I like that Pedro Porro pick. I believe it's positive. I believe it's good for the game. However, the only bad thing I've got to say about the team, unfortunately, is that Beto, Everton have just signed another striker called Tierno Barry, and Beto is going to be in and out the team. I think. So I would strongly advise you as a friend and a fellow panelist against going for Beto. And if there was a better option,
pick.
A Beto pick,
yeah. Then you could definitely go for that. I think the other option is you just take the L for 1 week and put that Guiu in. What's his name? He's just signed for Sunderland.
Oh, Gooey.
Gooey. Yeah.
Some
Louis Gooey.
Yeah.
You go Beto down to Gooey and then just play Evan Nielsen, and just take the L for 1 week.
I mean, would you not play Evan Nielsen anyway? Liverpool weren't so solid against Villarreal.
But Reidy as well. You don't even have any Liverpool defenders, so you're not even that bothered.
That's true. It is true. Yeah, I mean, I could play him. That's fair. So I mean, there is that option, obviously.
Yes, and then you'd have a 1 mil to play around with somewhere else. Like your Kudus could be, I don't know, like a Rodgers if he didn't limp off or whatever. You know what I mean. Anyway, but just saying that that's an option for you because you've already got a really solid bench.
Yeah,
and unless you were planning on a game week 1 or 2 bench boost, I don't think I personally would be comfortable
going those guys on the bench.
Going that all in on the bench either. So that's just my opinion.
Fair play.
It's only Beto stinking up your team, and it's an Everton player, and I'm the one who has to say it.
He's been in every goddamn draft. He's been in. I can't get.
I get it. He's 5.5, mate. But game week 3, he'll lose his place. Once he misses his 14th 1-on-1. I love Beto, by the way. He works so hard for us. His work rate is undeniable. But there's been times where he's really frustrating to watch because he goes through 1v1 so much. We put him through 1v1 so much, and the amount of times he sticks it just wide or it's the post, it is frustrating to watch. And I hope he starts to bury him. I hope he adds it to his game, but I don't think he will.
Yeah. Well, it's plenty of time for me to tinker, but obviously, this is rough around the edges as such. Probably from a defensive point of view and that attacking point of view, definitely. I think the midfield, it's there or thereabouts. It's almost template. Let's be honest, boys. But that's my draft. And on that note, before you share your draft, Chaza, listen, I'm going to depart. I'm going to leave you boys to it for the rest.
Enjoy
of the
your trail run tomorrow at 4:30.
First one back. I've got to make sure I'm ready for tomorrow. But absolutely enjoyed this, and Marcello, great to have you on board, mate. I'm really looking forward to it.
Good stuff, mate. Thank you.
Enjoy, boys.
Good night, mate.
Right, now that he's done, finally one to go. I promise to be the shortest. 3-4-3. The classic formation. Is the game gone? It could well be, but we could always bring it back. Kelleher, VDV, Virgil, Munoz, Diane, Salah's skip, Palmer the ice cold VC, Rogers another coldie, Wood, Bowen, Watkins, couple Burnley players to make up your 96, Silt straight through the middle, and Dubravka, the cheapest 4 million option out there. That's my team. Cheers, Ta.
Oh, I love it.
It's very pretty. I can't lie. It's really good to look at it, and the more I look at it, the better it gets. I think
probably end to Anderson and upgrade the keeper, and then I just love that team. Where end a defender and maybe upgrade someone on your bench to have another 4.5. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Who's that? The first defender that you've got there in the second position?
Seal.
I assume he's a 4.0.
Is he nailed? Is he?
I only read one article, mate. I've not. You know me. I don't watch pre-season. I just wing it.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. So I quite like the fact that you've got Esteve in there, so you know me, I don't even mind having 2 dead spaces on the bench at all. Even if they're not gonna do anything. So yeah. I like that team. I think people are going a little bit in on the Aaron Ramsey hype train.
I mean, it's just the best 4.5.
Yeah, but
rather than spending
this one,
Gooey, whatever his name is.
Louis Gooey.
Gooey?
Yeah.
It's actually Gooey.
I don't know, but again, it's one of them. But
how do you feel about Kelleher?
Well, I think he's renowned to be quite a popular option. I think he will be pretty good at accumulating a good amount of save points. It's one of those positions keepers where you don't want to have a big emphasis on it, as long as you get something similar to Fleck and Areola combo from last year. Yeah.
Who is the Brentford manager? Have they got anyone?
Yeah, they do. I forgot his name. But
is it Keith Andrews? Is that
Keith Andrews? That's it.
Manager?
Yeah.
Is he a permanent manager?
I think so. Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm a bit worried. They've sold a lot of their good players, but they've still got.
Yeah. So Weiser's gonna go. Berno's gone.
But the defense is still kind of solid. Collins comes up a lot.
I don't know. I worry about Brentford this year.
I worry as well. But
how do they score goals? How do they stay up?
He's only got the goalie.
Yeah, no, I just mean in terms of actual Premier League, not our imaginary special Premier League.
I think it's Sade and Thiago, 6 million attacker. I kind of liked him at one point, but he's not Whistle and Buemo.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that.
But what about Kelleher? Kelleher might be good. They've got their defense. Is it Van der Berg?
Kelleher was good at Liverpool.
He was amazing.
He wasn't doing so good. Yeah.
Right. Awesome. That will do.
Fair play
for this edition.
Anyway,
thank you, guys.
Great opener.
Thanks, everyone.
Excellent stuff from you both too, with your analysis on a lot of topics. It's exactly what this page needs. Unfortunately, we are out of time, so we can't get to everyone's questions and comments. But thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts for dropping them in. Should we have more time next week? We'll happily answer them if you drop them around then too. So, season opener, expect it to be Thursday, still to be confirmed based on the availability of everyone else. But we're very much looking forward to the season. And more importantly, Rev, it's great to have you back. I did miss you during the back half of last season.
Yeah, man. I know. It's been good to be back as well. And, hopefully we don't absolutely spaff it this time. I feel like I've got a much more solid start of the season, So, yeah.
And Marcello, thank you to you as well for hopefully the first of many episodes on here.
Thank you, lads. Pleasure. That was really good.
Rock and roll, dude.
Rock
And
roll.
also, eat shit, Jack. Yeah?
Yes, that's exactly what we want.
Yeah, done. See you later.
Till next week. See you later, guys.